Let's go see if the walkway is still flooded. The pond seems to be filling up, spilling out over at the bottom and up the walkway. Let's see how it looks. I don't think I can pass. Darn it. No school today, so just exploring the school grounds because I can. The first thing you notice as an interim pastor, and as a congregant, I guess, is worship. What happens in worship? The first notes I took about Chuck were all about worship. Everything I saw online, on the stream, everything I experienced in person at my first services there 3 months ago now. Mary Sue did a lot and did it really well in worship. What happens, I recognize this from my own career, is the longer I would be at a church, the more the style of worship, style of leadership took on my personality. And so in worship, the easier it was, the smoother it was, the better from a theater standpoint it was for me to do things, because it went well and predictable, and one week looked like the next, which is actually comforting and what you want in some regards, right? So Mary Sue was a brilliant host, a hostess, so whatever your language would be. It's a silly word. I mean it very seriously. To be a good worship leader, you have to stand up front, be confident enough without being arrogant, to be warm enough but secure enough, to stand the space and hold the holy space for the congregation. Many can't do it. So, from welcoming us to worship, she was good, to carrying through announcements. Announcements are difficult. Announcements are often messed up. Announcements are often the low point of a worship service because they tend to be chaotic. People tend to not be prepared to deliver them. Mary Sue held all that, carried all that, to leading through even call to worship, to reading scripture, to doing prayers. Ooh, there we go. Mary Sue did prayers really well, and of course hosting at communion table, right through preaching and benediction. Of course, all those things you should be good at if you're an ordained pastor. Many are not good at it, and not many at all are any better than Mary Sue. Me? I'm a little lazier. I don't want to work that hard. I want to share the load. The truth is, theologically, philosophically, I prefer a little more democratized worship leadership style. This may come from how much time I've spent with a guitar around my neck. And so that leading in worship and scripture and call to worship and prayers are things that others should do because ain't no one else gonna pick up the guitar. I want to set Chuck up for more options in a year when your pastor may or may not have a vested interest in being in so much upfront leadership. I don't believe in doing what others can do. That includes prayers of the people and announcements. So that's why liturgist training time. And of course, we'll spend some time doing all the stuff I had to study about speech in terms of breathing, projection, dynamic vocal range and volume, and of course, extra challenges, opportunities in reading scripture, which is just a really fun piece in itself. And then we're going to talk about leading in prayer. I know at this point some of you are turning off the video. Please don't. Please wait, there's more. And not only that, if you order now, prayers of the people. There are so many ways to do it. I can do it, and when I do it, I give myself a solid B+, sometimes an A-, because I'm comfortable, and you get used to this as a pastor. When any of you do it, it's better. Here's any number of processes to get to an A level of leading in prayers.